What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I am truly blessed. I am truly blessed for a multitude of reasons because I've got some of the best friends in the house. And as we go through with social media and all of the bad things that are, I will say that social media has been a blessing for me because I've got great people like my man Game Time Brian. My mail is always delivered and everything else because I think he's telling the people down here, hey, hook a brother up and everything. Game Time. I'm sorry, Prime Time. God, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Game time.
Game time.
How are you doing today?
What's up? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good. I'm ready for the draft. I'm getting ready for the draft, but we have some business that we need to take care of regarding our star wide receiver.
Yeah, before we get to that, I've got one thing that's going to be interesting because I have this thing right here on the side of my face that's kind of grown a little bit. Next Monday, I have to go to the doctor and get this thing frozen off. So I don't know if I'm going to have a hole in my head or not when we go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go.
I might literally have a hole in my head. I don't know if my brains will spill out, because they're only the size of a pea.
Nah, you'll be all right.
Okay.
You'll be all right.
All right. Just putting it out there. So you guys have anything that's kind of strange out there, get that shit checked out because you don't know what it might be.
Yeah, I got to go back to the dermatologist. It's been years.
I've never been to one. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you go in for that? Well, you've already went once, right?
No, this will be the first visit. So I think.
What they're going to do is they're going to look all over. I thought I had some issues years ago and on my back, and they go, "Oh no, that's just a mole. It's really too big. You can't do nothing with it." But this, and this.
That's what you got to worry about. Oh shit.
Well, yeah. It's the small ones. So,
All right. So there's that.
But anyway.
We've got some news on the Cowboys. As a week from today, you'll be picking up the rental car. Tuesday, you'll be rolling on down to my house. And Wednesday, we'll be headed to the draft. I can't wait to get there. That's going to be so much fun. But in the meantime, interesting news, of course, Ceedee Lamb does not show up for voluntary workouts. Do you think that this is something to worry about? Or do you think that this is probably the right thing for Ceedee Lamb to do for Ceedee Lamb?
It's the right thing. We haven't talked about it. I don't know what your stance is. In my opinion, this is the exact right thing that Ceedee Lamb needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you have to do to earn a contract, Mark? I mean, this is at the same point where Zeke Elliott held out, just to let you know. This is the same. Remember Zeke held?
I thought he showed up for the workouts, and the Jones just kind of relaxed.
This year, like he ended up holding out a training camp, and after his third year, he held out. Listen, at some point, the Joneses need to, and this is what happens with them. This is why we pay too much. But CD, do you, man? They call it voluntary for a reason. So keep your ass home, work out. You're a stud. You don't need that BS right now. At the very least, you send a message to the organization. Are you going to take care of your star pupil? You set records as a wide receiver for the Cowboys, like team records. Not only
team records. Have you seen where he stands in single season yardage? Now, granted, there are more games now,
right? But still.
Here's the thing that's kind of crazy. Think about this. Remember how bad our offense was until after the bye week? Remember it was AJ Brown was like having 125 yards every game and blowing up, and everybody was talking about he might hit 2,000 yards. And we were talking about Ceedee Lamb for like 3 or 4 games had 53 yards or less.
Right.
Imagine if the offense hadn't started off slow like it did. He could have had 2,000 yards.
Again, yes. And, we didn't even have a real good running game. There's a lot that we need to talk about in the upcoming days. But as far as Ceedee Lamb, he didn't really have a great running game. We didn't have a running game pretty much all year, Mark.
I want you to think about
this. You know how hard it is
think
to
about
run
this for a second.
Offense?
This is what people say. Oh, man, Tony Pollard got, 1,000 yards. Yeah, he got 1,000 yards last year, the year before. but then you had Zeke in there who had like 900 yards. So collectively, our running game had 2,000 yards. You
This
took that
team,
completely
oh
away.
man.
Now you know that Mike McCarthy is pass happy, but I have to feel
Well,
like another year of being in the same offense has got to be beneficial.
yes, and the fact that Brandon Cooks, came on in the latter part of the
Right.
year,
Yeah.
he really did come on. But do you know what this is scarily reminding me of?
Uh oh. What?
Um, well, it's reminding me of when Amari Cooper. Remember before Amari was here, we
Mm-hmm.
had nobody. Our offense was stagnant. God forbid something happens to Ceedee Lamb.
That's the
We
problem.
are we are cooked, which leads me in, and I know we're talking about CD, but I want to talk about the wide receiver position. We need to be open, Mark, to taking a round two if Brian Thomas Jr. is there, round one possibly. I know we don't need it, but I got news for you. If God forbid something happens to CD, doesn't matter what offensive lineman you're going to bring in,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to stack the box. You're not going to be able to run the ball, and then we're going to have two young guys and Brandon Cooks. So CD Lamb needs a
But
running game,
here's
but
the
yeah,
problem, though, man. You know, there's no way you can cover all your bases. There's no
yeah.
way. You know, especially with the Cowboys. I couldn't believe that I'm sitting here looking at, is it Carolina and Jacksonville that have spent over 330,000, I mean $330 million between contracts and free agent signings, and we've spent 11.
That's
We've spent
man.
11, far
Yeah.
by far the least. Now,
Well,
here's the thing. It would not surprise me if the Cowboys don't do Ceedee Lamb's deal. Because here's the thing: because of the last collective bargaining agreement, there is basically the Zeke Elliott rule, and that
which
basically
is
is if you hold out, you could sit out a year, but you're not getting that year counting. And every preseason game that you were not there is a game check. So
gotcha.
you hear a lot of people talking about, oh yeah, I might hold. No, nobody holds out. Remember where everybody thought Aaron Rodgers is gonna hold out?
Oh,
No, Aaron Rodgers brought his ass there because it's like that's like $2.5 million check for me not to be there for a week.
exactly,
So there is
exactly.
no you can voluntary. Yeah, you can sit out that ain't costing you anything and all that. But when you get to training camp, yeah, that's a whole different thing. So there is no way that you can hold out through. Now you can be disgruntled and so on, but that doesn't help you any either because ultimately, you want to get your contract or you
This
want
is
to get
where I would want
free.
my starting quarterback to go in and say, "Listen, man, what's going on here? You signed my. He don't even have to bring himself up. We all know Dak's on the final year of his deal. He's got a no trade clause, but
Hmm.
he should go in there and speak for CD and say, "Yo, man, what's going on here? Are you trying to send me a message? Why are we not paying one of the best receivers in the NFL?
Hmm.
Why are we why are we stringing him out?"
Especially now, here's where it gets to be interesting. Especially it's the same day that Devontae Smith. Because here's the thing: Devontae Smith gets 25 million a year, and they did it now where they have room where that money's not counting until 2 years down the road.
And it was again,
20,
I
but
I
but but
hate
think
doing
about it
it.
for a second though. It's 25 million for a number two wide receiver.
But I
He's not a
think what's
number.
going to happen.
AJ Brown is the number
I think,
one.
and I know what you're saying, but I think everybody is under the assumption that after this year, AJ Brown will be gone. That's just a fact. A lot of the Eagle fans think the same thing. AJ Brown is not long for the Eagles for a myriad of reasons, but this is,
Okay.
and listen, you go right into my point. Micah Parsons, don't show up either because you were drafted the
Mm-hmm.
same year, two picks behind
Yeah.
a, a Devontae Smith. Stay the hell home. Send a message. You and CD get together. You guys are the future of this team. Stay home.
Well,
Send a message.
Zach
But
Martin did that last year.
again, you see what the good teams are doing. I'm sorry, but and it hurts me to say it. The Eagles are a better run organization. I'm not saying that they're a better organization. They're a better run organization. We wait till the last minute. Ceedee Lamb should be getting paid.
I will say
Should
they
not
do
have to
some
hold out for
things
nothing.
better than the Cowboys. I will say they do free agency better. I will say they do contracts better. But
Yeah,
I'm not
not
going
the
to say they
draft.
do the draft
Well,
better.
I had got in an argument with a few people that were saying, "Oh, how we can draft? No, we can't." You name me. The last linebacker that and Twiz had said Michael Kendricks. Okay, how many years ago was that been? When was the last defensive end that that you drafted that was any good? When was the last cornerback that you drafted? And they're saying Ringo. Okay, Ringo. He's
Okay,
young and
1 year.
come on, he can't draft defense. So anyway, yeah, Ceedee Lamb, stay out until they're gonna play ball with you, my man. You don't need to be there. They call it voluntary for a reason. Who was it? You would know that. Who was it from the '90s guys that held out? And they said, "Well, why are you holding out? This is voluntary for a reason." I forget who it was. I thought you would know, but yeah, an
Can't remember
ex-Cowboy
off
did
it.
the same
Yeah.
thing. So it is what it is.
Can't remember offhand.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
all right, we've got our live
Hold
stream
out.
coming up in a few minutes. So we'll get the final stuff on there. As always, game time. Have you hit that 10,000 yet?
Yeah, dude, really? I was just at 8. I'm actually over 9. I'm over 9.
Oh,
So,
dude, I told you, you got a whole week.
yeah, I'm over 9. I'm like 9, a little under 9-1. So,
All
I'm
right.
doing well. I'm doing well.
Doing real
Thank you.
well. So by the time the draft's over, you should be at 15.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go. Here we go. Here
Hey,
we
listen,
go.
we're going to be right there in the thick of it the day before the draft, okay? We're not going to be coming in there, oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. We're going to have sleep.
Yeah, like we got a beeline for the airport. We're going to stop by, pick him up. His plane gets in at 4:30. That's 20 minutes from the hotel. And then we drive to the hotel, check in. And then
Yep.
we get the lay of the land. I just got the weather. The first day we get there, it's going to be rainy during the day.
Oh, fuck.
Overcast. No, just overcast and nice. In the 60s at night. The draft
okay.
don't start till, what, 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock?
So,
Yeah.
and then sunny the next 2 days. So it's going to be beautiful. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Okay. I will see you guys soon. Peace.